Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of my heavily anticipated coverage of Aaron Fechter's mental breakdown starring yours truly, iPad's boy, the toxic cockroach fetus troll, who's also a jelly carpetbagger hater. So, a lot has happened since my last 2 videos. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to Creative Engineering for filing a false copyright strike on my fair use commentary video. I find it absolutely hilarious that the guy who rants about social media censorship on Twitter, Facebook, just about every single one of these major platforms is now censoring my creative work that is fully protected under copyright law. This is a blatant misuse of the DMCA system. If you were able to catch my video, this was a 16-minute long video, and at least 14 minutes of this video was my own original commentary, with parts of the footage interwoven into the commentary to elaborate on what's going on, transforming the nature of the work. So, despite all this, Aaron Fechter files a copyright strike on my video, The Mental Breakdown of Aaron Fechter. And in that video, basically, I make fun of Aaron for calling me a cockroach, calling me a loser, and saying he wants to kick my ass. And then I address the slanderous claims he made against me on Facebook. Now, because those clips were of my own commentary, and I think it's very important that I address the allegations that he made against me. I think it's very important that that remains public so people can hear my side of the story, against this megalomaniac, this egotistical fuck who has been slandering me left and right. I think it's very important that my response is on YouTube. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show my response. If you haven't seen it, feel free to watch it. And if you've already seen it, you can skip past it. So with that being said, let's address everything that has happened since then. Other than this false copyright strike. After my video went up, Aaron Fechter had another meltdown regarding me. He uploads another video where he's talking about me again.
Fetus is jealous. Patch Boy is Patch Boy is jealous of me. Believe it or not. I was surprised when my mom told me that the reason that I got picked on as a little kid was because people were jealous of me.
Even though he refuses to mention my name or address any of my points. In fact, I think he's purposely leaving out my name so you can't fact check what he's saying. But basically in this video, he's comparing me making a video about him to him getting bullied when he was 15 years old and the football team made fun of him for bringing a briefcase to school, alright? This fucking loser actually brought a briefcase to school.
They took my briefcase and threw it in the trash can when I was waiting for the bus so that everybody on the bus would get to see me trying to get my briefcase out of the trash can. I was the only kid that carried a briefcase to school.
He compares me to the bullies on the football team, even though Aaron Fechter is clearly the bully here. I mean, he's using his subscriber base, which consists of thousands of children. He's using that subscriber base to attack other channels he doesn't like, including sending out emails to his fans telling them to shame videos off of YouTube, which is against YouTube terms of service. That in itself is a bannable offense on YouTube. And in this same video, he essentially bribes his fans to support him by offering everyone who stuck up against the bullies gets a free premium subscription.
All these people who truly stood up for me yesterday, and I don't mean just people who didn't pick on me. I mean people who stood up for me despite the fact that the cockroaches will humiliate you and pick on you for doing it. I'm going to give all of you a free subscription to my premium channel. 1 year free subscription to my premium channel.
And on this same video where he's offering free premium subscriptions, he also put out a public comment putting out a $1,000 bounty on a minor's identity and address. I shit you not. This is the comment that Aaron Fechter put on his video. I am offering $1,000 to the person who will tell me the identity and address of CXDV. I will keep your identity private. In fact, I don't even need to know who you are. I just want to know who CXDV is and where I can find him. Thank you. So this here is a public comment on his video, encouraging his fans, which mostly consist of children by the way, encouraging these fans to dox this other miner's address for $1,000, which I'm sure he didn't give to anyone. After this happened, the channel behind CXDV privated their channel, completely left YouTube to try and protect their own identity. And luckily, now this is actually a pretty remarkable story in its own right, someone else changed the name of their troll channel to CXDV and then reported this comment. So that way, whenever YouTube would get this notification, they'd see that CXDV reported this comment asking people to leak this person's address. So in a way, this was trolling used for good, because this troll account essentially removed this comment to protect this miner's identity. You can't collect personal information from miners. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have COPPA in the first place. After this video, the mental breakdown further continues, and he uploads something called God's Message to Aaron. Love your haters. Yeah.
What message is God sending me through Ray Edwards? So now I'm just going to play the message and let you hear it. And then I'm going to tell you that I'm going to try and do what Ray Edwards has suggested that I do, so that I never lose another day of working on second generation Duke, fighting with my haters.
I really felt the love from Aaron Fechter this morning when I woke up to this false copyright strike. So you know it's full of bullshit. But basically in this video, he claims that God told him to ignore the haters.
The biggest thing I was upset about really when I went to bed last night was that I'd lost my whole week. That I wanted to actually create the very first second generation Duke drumming sequence.
He was lying awake at night thinking about iPad's Boys video, and he was sad, he was all depressed that he couldn't work on this animatronic, even though Aaron Fechter is the one who decided to have this full-on mental breakdown in the first place. It's a bit ridiculous to blame me for you not doing your job, you know? I'm not telling people to harass you at work or waste your time. You're the one who's actually dedicating hours of your day to respond and belittle the children in your comments. Like, I'm not telling you to do this, Aaron Fechter, and I don't think God would tell you to do that either. And then in the same video, he re-uploads someone else's podcast. So there's some hypocrisy there. Aaron Fechter himself is re-uploading other people's copyright work and then filing false copyright claims on other channels. I mean, my video was most definitely fair use. In this video Aaron uploaded, you could argue that the podcast he uploaded was not in fair use because he re-uploaded a large chunk of this podcast without pausing it to offer any additional commentary. It's just the vast majority of this video is not his. And the argument for my video is that 14 minutes of that video were my commentary interlaced with about 2 minutes, I want to say, approximately 2 minutes of Aaron Fechter's footage. Now, can you imagine if this actually goes to court? Alright, I gotta go to this courtroom, I walk up to the judge and explain to the judge that I'm criticizing Aaron Fechter for using his platform to bully and dox minors, that he uploaded a video calling me a cockroach and saying he was gonna kick my ass, so there's a threat of physical violence there. And I also have to address his slanderous claims against me on Facebook. And this is the guy who invented the Rock-afire explosion. This guy is essentially a childhood hero. Could you just imagine that court case? If Aaron Fechter has any shred of sanity, I don't think he would implicate himself in this way. You gotta realize that by going to court, you have the court investigating you now, and you have the press investigating you. And believe it or not, I really don't think you want the press investigating you for bullying and doxing minors. That could even possibly get you in trouble with the Orlando police. Just saying. And I'm honestly tired of people violating the fair use guidelines on YouTube as well. I ran into this same problem a while back when I did a commentary on this crazy psycho chain-smoking hag who said I needed to be neutered. and that my girlfriend scrubs toilets. I had to wait like 10 business days to get that video reinstated, because obviously it was a bullshit claim on a fair use video, and the claimant obviously had no intentions of going to court to protect her creative work, if you want to call that fucking video creative work. I don't know, it's just, I'm tired of dealing with this lunacy on YouTube. And funny enough, the carpetbagger actually left a comment on God's message to Aaron saying that he was giving very good advice, which I find it very hilarious, that the carpetbagger, a guy who used to work as a social worker for abused and neglected children, sees absolutely no issue with Aaron Fechter, is endorsing his channel, is in a partnership with his channel, despite the two not even watching each other's videos. Like, that's some pretty scummy stuff right there. If you're going to endorse a creator, you better be aware of the type of content they upload, the type of person they are.
You still, you work as a social worker, counselor thing?
I work as a child protective service worker, investigate abuse and neglect of children.
If any fetuses want to take me on, I will ignore you as long as I can. And then I will kick your...
Especially with sponsorships as well. If you're sponsoring someone, you want to make sure you're sponsoring a good product. The carpetbagger did no research on this whatsoever, and now he's endorsing someone that attacks minors. He's endorsing this narcissistic, racist bully that attacks and doxes minors. And of course he's saying it's good advice to ignore the haters, because he knows that if these commentary videos get publicity, it's going to backfire on him. He's going to face some backlash himself. And the carpetbagger cares more about his own reputation than he does the safety and privacy of these children that are being harassed and doxed and bullied. But, yeah, I really think that's about it. I also wanted to give a shout out to my girlfriend Freezing Clockhand's video. She also addressed the allegations made against her and us by Aaron Fechter. It was a great video, and she brought up some very good points from the perspective of someone who is a long-term fan of the Rock-afire explosion, and someone who had some respect for Aaron Fechter in the past. Clearly not anymore. I don't think anyone can trust this guy after all the fucking shady shit he's done, especially this year. I mean, he's done shady shit for quite a while now, but this year really, really takes the cake. And now I'm going to play my response to Aaron Fechter's slanderous allegations against me, where he claimed that I was taking advantage of my girlfriend, and he also tried to claim that my girlfriend was 14 years old. So if this goes to court, I'm going to be up his ass for that one. You cannot make that kind of claim. I mean, that right there, that flat out there is a pedophile allegation. I'm making this video to address Aaron Fechter's extreme reaction to my video. So for those of you that are unaware, well, the Rock-afire channel uploaded this video called Ready to Kick Ass in More Ways Than One. And believe it or not, that video is actually somewhat about me. He addresses some of the points I brought up, not all of them, like he conveniently leaves out the part where I call him out for bullying children. Well, maybe he doesn't ignore it, he kind of embraces it, which is the really fucked up thing, but I'll get into that later. What I want to address right now is Aaron's overreaction on Facebook, because that shit was crazy, and this is all what was said publicly. I'm sure a lot worse was said behind the scenes. I'm sure he's been slandering me to multiple people, but I'm gonna go off what I see here. So, a few hours after my video had gone public, guess who saw it? That's right, Mr. Aaron Fechter himself. And immediately after, he writes up a long series of rants about my video on the official Facebook group. That's right, the dreaded platform that he is so afraid of. I can only imagine what he's writing on MeWe. Lol, all caps, to show that he's laughing about the video, which he isn't. Internally, he is seething with anger, and it's so evident when you read his post. He's definitely not taking it lightly. I want everyone to know that I am not at all mad about the post Leah made. Are you sure about that? And the video she got her boyfriend to make. Leah is a very troubled girl who got in with the wrong crowd, I'm afraid. See, this right here is Aaron attempting to gaslight. And it really makes me mad. Like, instead of taking responsibility for the valid concerns people are raising about his behavior towards his fans, he's gaslighting my girlfriend into making her out to be this troubled girl who fell in love with this hater of the carpetbagger and is causing trouble for him for no reason. So please don't worry about me being attacked here. I knew Leah's hatred of me was destined when she announced he was taken by iPads Boy. Fucking hell, iPads Boy is just the cringiest fucking nickname. It's like he's a bully on the playground trying to insult me.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
But she has gotten on such a high building and used the loudest megaphone she could find to express the hatred fed to her by a narcissistic boy who calls himself a public person. See, now he's just repeating what I called him. Like, I called him narcissistic because he clearly displays signs of narcissism. He thinks very highly of himself, and there's no disputing that, and makes defamatory videos about successful people as his talent. Yeah, you call them defamatory, but you're not disputing anything I'm saying. I'm providing facts to back up my opinions and my observations. You can't just call it defamatory without explaining what's defamatory. I'm reading your own tweets and messages you sent other people. That I have to stand up here and tell you something ain't right about either one of them. And he has played her like a fiddle. See, go fuck yourself, Aaron Fechter. This fucking lunatic actually thinks that I've dated Leah for 6 months, saved up all this money to fly to Germany and spend time with her. He thinks I did all of this for this fucking video about him. This video that I didn't even know I was gonna make. Like, the only reason I'm making this video is because he turned on her in the first place. It's too bad, but now that we have agreed that there should be a parting of the ways, I hope, let's see if C and iPads Boy will be happy they got to defame me. Again, he says defame, but he's not disputing anything I'm saying. Go make little iPads babies like Leah says she intends to do, and hopefully get too busy to bully me or the carpetbagger anymore. He's so delusional. Like, seriously. Look at my subscriber base compared to Aaron Fechter and the carpetbagger. I am punching up here. Alright, they are the bullies. And then, in another comment, he still brings he's still going. He says, and I have never said anything to hurt Leah, or even criticized her choice of lovers. That's absolute fucking bullshit. And I proved that in my video. He put a post out on MeWe, calling her stupid and little, and making this racist comment about her dating me, trying to link her dating me to the fucking coronavirus, when I'm not even Chinese. All I did was block her from my personal Facebook and MeWe pages because she was screen capturing my private post for her new lover, iPads Boy, in his upcoming video. Yeah, okay, so Aaron Fechter apparently predicted the future and blocked her before the video even came up, somehow knowing that she was taking screenshots. Like, Aaron is lying for no reason at all. Like, just say that you blocked her because she called you paranoid. That's the reason. It's what you said in your MeWe post. She was also posting them out of context on Instagram to ridicule me. No, she wasn't. Look through her Instagram account. There are no posts of Aaron Fechter's emails on her Instagram account. I don't know why he's flat out lying about this. Aaron Fechter is the one defaming people here. This all started when iPads Boy sought out and captured the weakest young fangirl for his manly needs. Again, go fuck yourself, Aaron Fechter. The person you're calling the weakest is stronger than you'll ever be. And then he still keeps it going. The keyboard warrior here, Aaron Fechter. iPads Boy and his fellow carpetbagger haters came over to our fandom to continue their hateful attacks against the carpetbagger. One of them wrote me and instructed me to stay away from the carpetbagger who they hate with all their hearts and souls. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about here. All I can say is produce the email because I never sent him any email like that. And then he's like, I politely stopped talking to these weirdos. And to the extent that I could, I stopped them from infiltrating our fan page. Notice how little drama we have had lately. Because that's how the Rock of Fire normally is. There isn't normally drama unless you do something batshit insane, which you have a tendency to do. But iPad's boy is very narcissistic. There he is, using that word again. He's plagiarizing my insult. And admits in the video that he has been suspected of being a pedophile. And the way he fucking phrases that as well. He's phrasing it in a way that takes what I said out of context. No one has suspected me of being a pedophile other than the carpetbagger, who has a notorious reputation for slandering people that criticize him as stalkers, pedophiles, and other criminal labels. I brought up that the carpetbagger threatened to slander me with a criminal label because the same thing was happening with my girlfriend. She was getting messages from people accusing her of stalking you, and I'm sure you played a part in that. I saw that part of it and saw that he was actually defending himself against that charge in a video he set out to hurt me with. Everyone fucking knows I'm not a pedophile. Leah and I are the same age. You're fucking insane. And then he's like, I actually enjoyed most of his video though, and have not decided how long I will leave this up. Well, I'm glad to know Aaron Fechter also happened to enjoy the video I made about him. That's the highest honor you can receive right there, that the person you make an exposed video on likes your own video. I really think it's time to pop that pimple. Leah was not removed from this group just because I caught her screen capturing my private post. Of course, she will be removed when I decide to remove her. Either tonight, tomorrow, I don't know. See, in this message you can tell he's fucking snapping. Just by the way he, the typo and I don't know. I can just imagine he's blowing a gasket as he's writing that final Facebook post. But everyone can say their goodbyes to her. I am just so mean. But funny. Yeah, what a real stand-up guy this is.